Discharging duty at Kakamega Law Courts tested positive. The officials have been put under mandatory quarantine for the next 14 days. Our point man in Kakamega County, Willie Lusige, now joins us live with more. Willie Lusige, talk to us about this reported case of COVID-19, also when it comes to contact tracing at the Kakamega Law Courts.
Brenda, it seems justice will have to be delayed for more than 14 days after a number of the prosecution counsel tested positive after the officials here were undertaken to have the COVID-19 test, and a number of them were found to be COVID-19 positive. That's why the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution advised the Chief Magistrate in charge of these locals to be able to postpone all the cases here for more than 14 days as these officials undergo mandatory quarantine and also treatment until 14 days. Then there'll be a review before to see if the court case will be able to resume. But apart from that, what is happening currently, they're trying to find out those people who are close with them, the people they came in contact with, and even those ones who are in these courts to be able to find out if also they are COVID-19 positive, and also to take a proper way in terms of mitigating the spread of the COVID-19. So far, these courts, which has a number of courts here, and also the High Court that plays a key role in terms of the cases across the western region and also the neighboring areas such as in Nyanza, has been definitely closed for more than 14 days. And what is only happening here for a few of the litigants who were not aware of these cases, and they have been able to come here to be able to follow up on their cases, they're only being given another date when they'll be able to be available here to follow the proceeding of their cases. So far, all the cases have been postponed, and only what is happening here is to give them a new date when we'll have another hearing. And we are not aware, we cannot ascertain the number, but we are being told that more than 10 people tested positive of COVID-19, and that is what made these courts to be closed indefinitely until further notice. And this is also a bigger concern because now is the time that we are seeing the COVID-19 spread its wing to the local areas, especially the interior regions such as Kakamega, where we have not witnessed a number of COVID-19 cases for many days. We have only been seeing maybe 1 or 2 cases, and most of them have been to do with the people who have traveled maybe from major cities as Nairobi. But so far, I think yesterday we had 12 cases, and these cases also is a clear indication that definitely the numbers might rise, and that's why the judiciary has decided to find a lasting solution in terms of mitigating the spread of the COVID-19. That's why the Kakamega locals will continue being closed for more than 14 days until the health officials here are able to ascertain that is proper and is normal way for the cases to continue. And apart from that, also they're trying to convince the members of the public maybe who are here in the course of last week to go and test to see if they are negative, because they interacted with these court officials, and that's why they have called the judges, the lawyers, and also the litigants to avoid this place until further notice, which is definitely after 14 days. Then they'll be able to give a communication on the proper day that legal services will resume here at the Kakamega Law Courts. Brenda.
And what sort of containment measures had the Kakamega Law Courts put in place as a way of stopping the spread of COVID-19 within that premise?
Currently, because we still have a number of litigants who are coming up to check on their cases, the only measures that have been put in place is observing the social distance, which is 1.5 meters from each other. And apart from that, also they're making sure that you are checked your temperature before you enter this compound. And apart from that, also they're insisting that you wash your hands. But there are not any other measures. We are not yet to see any fumigation process taking place, but they're saying this is something that came abruptly. They were not yet prepared, but they're trying to convince the members of the public to avoid this place as they try to put up new measures to make sure that even when they resume their normal court process after the 14 days, then they'll be able to make sure that everyone is safe during all those court cases hearings. And apart from that, also I have spoken with a number of them. They're saying they're trying to find another alternative way, like if they can sort out some of these cases that are not bigger, the small cases to do with small charges, they're trying to find out if they can allow the members of the public to sort those issues out of court as one of the measures to avoid a high number of people attending cases here in Kakamega Law Courts. Brenda.
Willie Lusige, thank you so much for that developing story. He'll give us more details as and when he gets it. But then, so you've had it from Willie Lusige in Kakamega. I'd like us to hear from a man on the ground in Nyeri County, but this has to do with Laikipia County, where laid off workers in that county